Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the 12 books I can't wait to read in May. Okay, so getting right into this is not going to be a super long video. I have some books on here that are going to be released in May, some very, very old backlist titles, and a few that showed up on last month's TBR that I did not get to. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I have 12 books. This year I am limiting my TBR to 12 books and 12 books only because that feels like it's giving me enough to draw from that I don't feel overwhelmed at how many options there are. I don't know, my brain works like that. So the first book on here is one that is a new release, comes out May 6th. I am extremely excited about this, and it is Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. This is a romantasy. It is published by Red Tower, who published Fourth Wing and things like that. I don't really know anything about this, honestly. I've seen a few physical arcs circulating, and I am just like frothing at the mouth for this one, basically. I can't wait to read it. I have such high hopes for this. I think it's going to be amazing. Very, very excited. Continuing with more romantasy, I do want to get to Onyx Storm in May. I read Iron Flame in April, and I did like it. I liked it a lot better than I liked Fourth Wing, so I definitely have heard some talk about Onyx Storm, that it's not as great, but I feel like if I don't continuously put books on my TBR of series that I want to finish, I'm never going to, so Onyx Storm is on there. Book number 3 is The Things We Water by Mariana Zapata. I didn't even know she was writing a romantasy until this showed up on Instagram, and I was like, oh my gosh, I absolutely need that. So I am so excited about this one. I think because Mariana Zapata does slow burns like so incredibly well, I feel like she has the potential to really kill it with a fantasy romance that does a slow burn. It just kind of depends on the world building. Like, I'm hoping that she's also really good at that as well. So I'm so excited about that one. That one comes out May 2nd. So actually, I'm filming this video on May 1st. So I'm hopeful to get this video out tomorrow. And, that would be the day this book is out. So excited about that one for sure. Okay, so now another book that is a sci-fi romance that was on my April TBR is Enthralled by Tiffany Roberts. This is the Spider's Mate series. It's a spider type alien, and I really enjoyed book 1. This is a book that I read for Patreon, for my Patreon book club. So I'm super excited to continue with the series. I really wanted to get to this in April. I just didn't quite get to it because I didn't buy the audiobook until late into the month, and then I already had stuff I had committed to. So I have the audiobook now. No excuses. Okay, so the next book is actually... Sorry, somebody was just driving. Of course this happens, like, right next to me, backing up. I'm like, dude, are you even backing up into me? So the next one is my Patreon book club book for the month. So if you join the So Delicious tier, that is the tier that gets everything. And that's the one that I kind of devote all of my energy and attention to. And it's just full of just wonderful people, and we have great discussions, and it's just a great place to be, honestly. But something that we do is a book club every month where we kind of switch subgenres of what we read. It doesn't have to be romance, but that's kind of what that group really, who participates in that, really enjoys. So this month the theme is romantic suspense, and everyone submitted some books, and the one that won the vote is A Bad Day for Sunshine by Darynda Jones. I'm very excited about that one. I have not read Darynda Jones. I've heard about her for a really, really long time. I don't really know a whole lot about this other than it is romantic suspense, so I'm very excited about that. If you want to join us, I do an exclusive reading vlog or video review of the book, and then we have a live show discussion for it, so it's really, really fun. Okay, then the next one that I want to get to is Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. I did have an e-arc of that, and then I did just get the audio arc from Libro FM. So that's probably going to happen early in the month of May. I am so excited about this. This is Hendrik's book. She is one of the friends in the friend group, and I'm just so excited to have a new Kennedy Ryan book. Okay, the 7th book I want to read is Left of Forever by Tarah Dewitt. Tarah Dewitt is an author that I really have liked her books so far. I haven't had a 5-star read from her yet, but I feel like this one could be, and I've heard really great things. I've seen some quotes about this that seem like it's going to just be amazing, and I do really like Tarah Dewitt's books, so I'm excited about this one. Okay, the next one is one that I really honestly wasn't super interested in because I haven't loved the other works by this author that I've read, and it is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. The cover is absolutely beautiful, and I really did not like One Dark Window or Two Twisted Crowns. I actually just really didn't like them. I didn't see the hype at all. So the only reason, honestly, I put this on my TBR is because it was one of the Libro FM audiobooks that are released to influencers. And I was like, okay, deal. I will try the audio arc of this. So this is on my TBR. I have heard really good things about it, but also heard really great things about One Dark Window. And that one just 100% did not work for me. So I'm going to give it a try. And I am excited to try a new one, and also the cover is just so freaking gorgeous, so. Okay, so now the 9th book that I want to read is The Duke and Lady Scandal by Christy Carlyle. So this is also a newer release, historical romance, and once again, this is a book that was an audio arc that I got from Libro FM. So I wanted to try and keep up with whatever new historical romances have been released. I know there haven't been a lot, and I have read a few, and the ones that I have read I have not enjoyed at all. So I'm a little nervous about this one, but I also am kind of excited. So it could be good, could be a miss. Who freaking knows, right? Okay, the 10th book that I want to read is also a book that was on my April TBR, and it is Resilience by Etta. This is book 2 in her sci-fi alien romance series. I read the first one, Convergence, in March. Abso-friggin-lutely loved it. Loved it so much. So I'm very excited to continue with the series. I really love this author's writing, world-building romance. Like, everything that I want in a sci-fi or a fantasy romance is in this series, and it's so freaking good. Well, it was in the first book anyway. I haven't continued on. But I honestly, like, reading the first book gave me such a good understanding of her, how she works and how she writes, that I will be very surprised if this book also doesn't work for me. I mean, if this book also doesn't just knock it out of the park for me. I worded that wrong, so. Okay, so now these next two are old school historical romances. So in April, the book that was our So Delicious book club pick, the theme of the month was old school historical romance, and the book that won is Something Wonderful by Judith McNaught. So that was actually the first Judith McNaught I had ever read, and I have a full video review of that. It's like 40 minutes talking about that book on Patreon, and I absolutely loved it. I absolutely loved it, so I want to, now that I feel like I've kind of, because like Judith McNaught isn't a historical romance author that I read when I was a teen getting into the genre. Like, I read a lot of Laverle Spencer and Jude Deveraux type of books way back then, and Catherine Coulter, I believe. I read a lot of her because that's what my mom had, so I also just read those. And so I just never really got into Judith McNaught, and I think that because Kingdom of Dreams specifically is so hyped and so well loved, but then there are also other books of hers that people like seem to really hate, that I was very nervous about reading this author. So I was excited that she was picked for our book club because I was like, okay, finally, a solid reason that I have to get in and read her. And I was thrilled to discover that I love her writing. I love her storytelling. I love her characters. I absolutely adored Something Wonderful. So yeah, I put Kingdom of Dreams on here because I'm like, I really, like, that Something Wonderful reignited my love for historical romances, and it makes me want to read more, specifically backlist older titles. So yeah, I put that one on here because it's time to read Kingdom of Dreams. And then the last book on my TBR is actually one that some of my patrons have been wanting me to read for a while, specifically Susan. And this, again, is another author that I have not read yet, because I've just really been nervous about if her writing would actually work for me or not. But I'm ready. I feel like I'm in the mindset to give her a try, and it is Ashes in the Wind by Kathleen Woodiwiss. So the only thing I know about this book specifically is that it is a Civil War type of romance, so I'm very intrigued and very interested, and I think one of the things that I love about old school historical romance is how epic and sweeping and just grand the storytelling is and how it takes a long time to get, like, I just love that. So yeah, I am very excited for those last two books on here, Kingdom of Dreams and Ashes in the Wind, mostly because when I'm filming this, I literally just finished Something Wonderful yesterday. We had our live show on Patreon, and I just feel like so excited and ecstatic to read historical romance. So this TBR is a list of books I want to get to. Obviously, no guarantees that I'll get to any of them, because when something takes over my mood, like it is right now, where I just want to read historical romances, I'm going to follow that. So, but I did put some on here to choose from. I maybe should have put a few more on here, because, yeah, most of these, well, I guess I've got a pretty good mix of genres. I have some fantasy romance, I have some sci-fi romance, I have some contemporary, I have some historical. So yeah, I feel like there's a pretty good mix of subgenres on here. But anyway, those are the books that I want to read in May. Let me know what book you are most excited to read. And yeah, thanks for being here. If you've made it this far, please feel free to leave me a rose emoji, because I feel like the roses are about ready to start blooming out here. And I'll see y'all in my next video.